Tang Sanzang and Wukong continued their journey westward after leaving the Guanyin Temple. It was the early spring season, with peach blossoms and willows flourishing. Over the course of 5 or 6 days, the master and disciple traversed mountains and hills, enjoying their travels. As evening approached one day, they arrived at a mountain village. Tang Sanzang said, "Wukong, we've been traveling for days and are weary. Let's stay here for the night and continue our journey tomorrow." Seeing the cottages and rising smoke in the village, Wukong inferred that it was a hospitable place and led his master inside. Just as they arrived at the village entrance, they saw a young man carrying an umbrella and a backpack rushing out of the village. Wukong approached him and asked, "What place is this?" The young man, in a hurry, ignored him, so Wukong grabbed him. The young man struggled to break free, his face flushed with urgency. Tang Sanzang said, "He must be in a hurry. Let him go. We can ask someone else for directions." Wukong replied, "Asking someone else is no fun. I want to ask him." Reluctantly, the young man answered, "This is Laozhuang in the Bird's Nest country." Wukong asked, "Judging by your attire, you must be traveling. Where are you going? And for what purpose?" The young man, named Gao Kai, replied, "My name is Gao Kai. 3 years ago, the daughter of Master Gao was abducted by a monster. I've sought several monks to exorcise the demon, but to no avail. Master Gao instructed me to find a good monk this time." Wukong chuckled, "You're in luck, as you've encountered the nemesis of demons. Hurry back and tell your Master Gao that a holy monk from the east, on a journey to the western heaven to seek scriptures, can help him vanquish the demon." Gao Kai was skeptical, fearing that Wukong wouldn't be able to handle the demon, which might lead to his own scolding. Wukong reassured him repeatedly, and Tang Sanzang praised his disciple's great supernatural powers. Finally, Gao Kai believed and led the master and disciple to meet his master. Upon reaching Master Gao's house, Gao Kai asked the two to wait outside while he went in to report. After hearing Gao Kai's account of encountering Tang Sanzang and his disciple, Master Gao thought, since they're traveling monks, they might indeed have some skills. He hurried out to welcome them. Upon seeing Tang Sanzang, Master Gao quickly paid his respects. But when he saw Wukong's fierce appearance, he grabbed Gao Kai and whispered, "We can't get rid of the monster son-in-law, and now you've brought a thunder god to torment me?" Wukong angrily retorted, "Old Gao, you've truly lived a long life in vain. I, son Wukong, have the ability to capture demons and monsters. I'll rescue your daughter, so why judge people by their appearance?" Master Gao nervously led the master and disciple into his house. Wukong tied up his horse, pulled out a chair for his master to sit, and seeing Master Gao's worried expression, asked, "How many monsters do you have in your household?" Master Gao replied, "Just one monster son-in-law is enough to drive me crazy. What more could I handle?" It turned out that Master Gao had 3 daughters. The eldest, Shenlan, and the second, Yulan, were both married to local families. As he had no sons and was getting old, he planned to marry off his youngest daughter, Zuelan, to a son-in-law who could support the family and take care of him in his old age. 3 years ago, a stout young man came to propose marriage, claiming to be from Mount Fuling, with no parents or siblings. Seeing his strength and passable appearance, and with no family ties, Master Gao agreed. Zuelan was also pleased, and Master Gao arranged a wedding for his daughter and the stout young man. At first, the son-in-law was diligent, farming without using oxen or tools and harvesting crops without blades or sticks. He worked hard, returning early and leaving late, managing all tasks neatly, earning praise from neighbors. But he had a huge appetite, eating dozens of pancakes for breakfast and 3 to 5 bushels of rice for dinner. Fortunately, he only ate vegetarian food, or else Master Gao's household would have been consumed within half a year. Not only was he a glutton, but he also had a changeable appearance. Initially a stout young man, one day after waking up, he suddenly transformed into a long-mouthed, big-eared creature with a mane behind his head, his body rough like a pig's, terrifying Zuelan. After revealing his true form, he no longer concealed it, summoning winds and clouds, causing sand and stones to fly. He disturbed the peace of the neighborhood, frightening everyone. Households were shut tight, and even the chickens and dogs were restless. Master Gao felt ashamed of having a monster for a son-in-law and suggested a divorce. The monster's son-in-law became enraged, drove the father-in-law away, and locked Suelan in the back of the house. She remained unseen by her family for half a year, and her whereabouts remained unknown. With no other choice, Master Gao had Gao Kai go out and find a Taoist priest to subdue the monster son-in-law. However, the pus-filled Taoist priest fainted upon meeting the monster son-in-law, who laughed at him. After the Taoist priest left, they invited a monk who claimed to be skilled at capturing monsters. Although the monk had some abilities, he was no match for the monster son-in-law and fled in defeat. After several attempts like this, the monster son-in-law became even more arrogant. Upon hearing Master Gao's account, Wukong said, "This monster doesn't seem like an irredeemable villain. You can rest assured. I'll capture him tonight and rescue your daughter." Master Gao was overjoyed and said, "If you can capture him, it would be best to get rid of him entirely." Wukong readily agreed. After a meal, Master Gao asked, "What weapon will you use, and how many helpers do you need?" Wukong replied, "I have my own weapon." With that, he pulled out a delicate embroidery needle from his ear. Master Gao asked, "How can a needle be of any use against such a powerful monster?" Wukong twirled the needle in his hand, and with a flourish, it transformed into a thick iron staff, the size of a bowl. He asked Master Gao, "How does this compare to your weapons?" Master Gao was speechless. Master Gao then asked, "Do you need any assistance?" Wukong said, "You just need to invite a few elderly, virtuous people to accompany my master for a chat and meditation. For capturing this monster, I alone am sufficient." When it grew dark, Master Gao and Gao Kai led Wukong to the back of the house, where they found a large lock on the door. Wukong asked Master Gao to open the door with the key. Master Gao said, "If we had the key, why would we need you?" Wukong chuckled, "You're old, but you don't know how to joke. I was just kidding, but you took it seriously." He approached the door, tapped it with his iron staff, and it swung open. Inside was pitch dark, with no sound of birds or beasts. Wukong said, "Call your daughter and see if she's inside." Master Gao nervously called out several times. Suelan heard her father's voice and came out, weeping as she embraced her father. Wukong said, "Don't cry just yet. Tell me, where is your monster husband?" Suelan said, "He knows that father is trying to find a way to get rid of him, so he's on guard. He comes and goes mysteriously, and I have no idea where he goes." After hearing this, Wukong said to Master Gao, "You and your daughter go back to the front and chat. I'll wait here for him. If he doesn't come, don't blame me. If he does, I'll surely deal with him." After Master Gao and his daughter left, Wukong used his magic to transform into Suelan's appearance and waited alone in the room for the monster. Before long, a fierce wind arose, followed by flying sand and rolling stones. Then, a long-mouthed, big-eared monster descended from the sky, wearing a greenish-blue straight-front cloth shirt and a floral handkerchief. Wukong didn't greet him, but didn't ignore him either. Seeing the monster smiling foolishly and heading straight for the bed, Wukong pretended to be ill, groaning and moaning. The monster, not knowing whether it was real or fake, rushed forward to embrace Suelan and tried to kiss her. Wukong chuckled inwardly and used a trick to throw the monster off the bed. The monster grumbled as it got up and asked, "Sister, why did you push me? Is it because I arrived late?" Wukong said, "I didn't blame you. It's just that I'm feeling unwell today and a bit irritable. You should undress and rest first."